Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you stopping in and checking out my video. So today I want to go over an interview that was done by two of the lead designers for the development of Fallout 76. This interview is going to discuss a little bit of the framework for Fallout 76 and what their plans are for it. So we're going to go ahead and let the video roll through and play, and then after we're going to discuss a little bit about it. So let's go ahead and get to that interview.
I want to get your feedback on this. Like, you're one of the few games as a service that have transcended through console generations. Like, what's that been like from moving from the Xbox, One X or to the Series X and the PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5?
I can't give you any dates on anything like that, and I can't give any dates, but I will say that is in the plans for us to have a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series S and X version. And yeah, just keep on expanding because, we want to make sure that we're also keeping up with the tech that's available to us and making the game, like you said, look better, play better, be faster, all that stuff and be more optimized. So yeah, those are in the plans.
Can you kind of paint a picture of like how much work goes into that? Because I think a lot of people just think it's a switch you flip. Oh, everything's next gen now. You just hit the switch, update all the things to 4K, you're done. But I'm sure it's much more intuitive than that, I'm sure.
I wish it was just doing a drop down and saying, hey, build this out for PS5 or Xbox Series S and X. It's not. There's a lot of tech that goes into it. One of them being, for example, we were on DX11 or DirectX 11 for a long time. We're now updating to DirectX 12. So there's a lot of things that happen there. There's shaders that get changed or just elements of the game that don't look right when they're rendering out with DX12. So we have to make sure that we're going through that and looking at all parts of the game. So it's just a process. It's what I define it as overly difficult. Not necessarily overly difficult, but there are this game is very big. So making sure that the game is running the way it's supposed to run and is looking the way it's supposed to look and making sure that we're just addressing all the areas that need to be addressed for the next or the current gen consoles is just, I would say it's just a long checklist of stuff. So we'll get there. So just stay tuned.
We're in the reads here. And I have to ask because we're in the reads now. Like, is it difficult with technology like evolving so quickly every year? There's new GPU, there's new hardware, software to utilize. There's more tools for your toolbox, more toys for your toy box. Is it tempting to be like, let's rebuild this from the ground up? Or are you just like, no, we have to try to implement it in what we've already built?
Yeah, I think, for us, because we've got a live service game that John's talked about and I've talked about as being something we have plans for years, we're not in a rush necessarily to do it, but there are times where we try to figure out what is the best time to do that kind of upgrade for us. And so we've got that planned out, and we'll just stay tuned on when that's happening. So
I think we can all agree one thing with Fallout 76. It really does need a new engine. It really does need a lot more done with that framework. We're running off all the older engines from Fallout 4 and before. So I believe a lot of us can agree that a smoother running game, less crashing when loading into events, less crashing to the dashboard when trying to do an event, a lot of things that could be fixed will be fixed, hopefully, when they do that. Now, like they've said, they don't have a plan to release that. And I don't believe that's going to be their big update at the end of this year. I believe they're probably going to wait until a newer console comes out before they go ahead and start pushing us to a next level. But I believe they are working on it and they're getting it ready in the background. One thing with the Fallout 76 developers, they work on a lot of projects at one time. Whether you believe it or not, whether you're hating on them or not, there is a lot of stuff that goes into this game. Yes, they make a lot of mistakes. Yes, they may not be the best developers, but honestly, could you do better? Most of the players can't code a game. So a lot of things go into this game that we have to realize. And yes, it might not run perfect when an update comes out. And I'm not giving them excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying the facts. But wouldn't it be awesome to see a smoother running Fallout 76? Ooh, wouldn't that be awesome? I am definitely fine with that because I don't want to wait till Fallout 5 because that might be a long time. But this is just my 2 cents, my take on the situation. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really love hearing back from everybody and I'm really excited about this. But like I said, it's not coming anytime soon. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm going to wrap this video up. I really do appreciate you stopping in the channel. I really do appreciate you checking out my videos. And like always, I really do appreciate your support. If you're not a subscriber and you would like to subscribe to that channel, then don't be shy, hit that subscribe button. And if everybody can hit that like button, that would be amazing. But with all that being said, you guys have an amazing day. You take it easy, and I will see you guys later.